reflections and lessons, the continuing saga of memories and moments and meanings. Okay, from my recent 2 month vacation in the US. And welcome to episode 186. This is Malu Cervantes, your life coach, your fellow sojourner in this autumn of life. And I'm taking this opportunity to go back to our thesis, and that is what? How to live life at 60 and beyond. This is my season of life with Miss Malu Cervantes, where we discover how to age wisely, age gracefully, and age elegantly. And I'm using the backdrop of my 2 month vacation. And, you know, besides the structure of moments, memories, and meaning, I'm using an Italian philosophy again, where we got la dolce vita, the good life, which you get to curate for yourself. All right, I've replayed episode 3 and 4 twice. Oh, no, once, just once. I replayed that, and I explained everything there, that my La Dolce Vita will be different than yours because you get to create it. What is a good life for you could be very different from me. So I'm just giving you ideas. So there's another one. It says dolce far niente. It says there dolce far niente, which means the sweetness of doing nothing and simply being. The sweetness of doing nothing and simply being. Well, it's not really doing nothing as in staring at the ceiling or staring at the wall. It's not that kind of doing nothing. But what does it mean? It means first it's slowing down. Slowing down. So you give yourself pause. You recharge. You become enchanted with the beautiful things around us and not just passing through as if things, this beautiful creation of God, meant nothing. It means feeling. It means touching, smelling those roses and looking at people's eyes, and really experiencing the touch and the gaze of another human being, and how will it affect us, That's dolce far niente. Okay? The sweetness of doing nothing, and nothing is slowing down, observing, feeling very calmly, okay, and being, just being human. All right? I've started the last episode with the first leg of it, and I talked about Miami, Florida, because that's where the ship is, the cruise ship, where we're supposed to board for a 4 day and 3 day, for a 4 day 3 night, okay, stay in MSC, MSC Cruise Lines, to the Bahamas, which is a gift from our daughter. Okay, so the moment we board the cruise ship, I realized, okay, that you can get lost inside the ship and you will forget it is actually a sailing, moving vessel at sea. The moment you're inside, you get lost because, if I'm not mistaken, I forgot. I think it's 14 to 16 floors. Okay, it's a floating hotel to begin with. Okay, our cabin is on deck, on the fifth deck, right, with a porthole so that we can see the waters. Okay, we can see the waters. My daughter and her partner, so cabin is on the 10th floor. Okay, so we would always connect with each other so that we will, go together in the never-ending buffet. Anytime you wake up early, there's buffet. You're hungry, you go to buffet. The moment you're inside the ship, Okay, you can eat anytime and not pay because it's part of the cost of the cruise. And there's also a beverage package of so much. I don't know because my daughter all arranged it, and you can simply go to a bar and order your drinks, and then until you get drunk, and never bother about paying because you paid for it in advance. Well, anyway, okay, so we had to remember where cabin is because you have the left side and the right side. I'm not very familiar with this, the starboard side or whatever, or the port side, they call it, because inside it looks all the same. Okay, you make one false left turn or one false right turn, and you lost. You are lost. You don't know where your cabin is. Of course, they're all numbered, but how come this is already this and that and that and all of that? It's really funny. But we learn to look at the map right there posted. Okay, and so what did I notice? Okay. That's why I said, if I do not control myself here, I'm going to, just gain 10 pounds per day. Why? Because it's open buffet. You can eat as much, anything, as much as you can. You can start eating at 6 o'clock, and not stop eating at all until the next day. If your stomach doesn't stop you, you are going to gain 10 pounds per day. Okay, and so moments. We're talking about moments here. Um, yeah, right. Because um, uh, you have shops too. Okay, you have shops too. You buy what you want. You shop. And I told myself I'm not into shopping anymore, so I will just look at it. But what really really hit me is this. Uh, Yes, I have enjoyed buffet on land, but I have not enjoyed buffet at sea. All right, where you have thousands of people come and go, not hundreds, because I think 5,000 to 6,000, I think, is the total number of people right there in that ship, 4 days, 3 nights. Okay, can you imagine mass of humanity? Okay, so what do I remember about that? Okay, still, you would have kids. Okay, you have babies on strollers. You have their parents, and then I realize really. Okay, wherever we go, it's still a sea of humanity. It's still God's creation at work there, isn't it? You know, that when we look at our porthole in the evening, it's dark. Okay, you only hear the swishing of the waters, and then you begin to realize we are at the mercy of the ocean, isn't it? We're at the mercy of the ocean. Oh, of course, the captains, the crew, are really all very nice, but we are in the mercy of what? Of the ocean, of the elements. Yeah. And and then you realize, you look at the sky in the deck, you will really see the stars in the heavens. And what do you think about? You think about the grandiosity and the magnificence of creation. And when you talk about creation, you talk about a creator, isn't it? We have a creator who created our beautiful world and created us to enjoy the beautiful world. And why do we waste our time hating and waging war and destroying the planet and destroying the world? That he created for us. There was no trouble at all in the cruise ship. People were smiling all the time. They're enjoying their life. They take turns going to the pool. They take turns going to the elevator. No one is pushing. No one is, shouting at the top of their voices, saying, "I want this," I want this, because there's just so much food, you know Well, I know it may be an artificial life. Maybe that is not the life that we are facing, that we are all facing here. I know, especially now that we have a war going on that affects every one of us, even if we're not there, because of the oil supply, because people there are hurting and being killed. I know these things. So the more, okay, we experience these things, I know these things, and the more life was there, what's the effect? What's the meaning for me now? It's being grateful. It's gratitude. It's really gratitude for being given the chance to experience, the mercy, the love, and the grace, of our Creator. For 4 days, 3 nights, He made us see, His great creation and the many wonderful people we have met there. Okay? So, and not to mention that every evening we were as if we were in Broadway, because the evening shows are fantastic, very talented performance, and it's Broadway quality shows. Okay, and these are all part of it. We saw shows, we met people, we saw the sea, we saw the sky, and we were blessed with food, and drinks, and beautiful singing, very talented singers. In I lost count of the many different bars inside. Okay, but then again, it's gratefulness galore. Okay, so next episode we are going to continue, all right, with reflections and lessons. And don't forget, this is Miss Malu Cervantes, your fellow sojourner in the season of life. And don't forget to like and subscribe as we continue our reflections and lessons. Until then, goodbye.